Hello world and welcome to Greg Tech. So we're going to start a new set of episodes here and see how it goes. So I've been playing the Beyond Reality pack for a little bit in between my tech retreat season, and I've been liking it. It really slows down the tech advancement, so you're spending a lot more time uh, getting up to speed on that, and what that kind of forces you into is doing some more building aspects. So, um, because of the bugs with how I modified the Utopia pack on the Tech Retreat season, I've been having issues with my inventory getting wiped at random intervals, which is kind of frustrating. Just because you basically have to go in and cheat back in whatever you had, and it's kind of hard to remember what exactly you had, and all kinds of stuff. So I'm not sure if that's going to be dead or not, but I figured I'd start this up, and we'll see, kind of see how it goes. So I did do some scouting and found a spot prior to this episode, and just got kind of the basics out of the way as far as, just location. As I explored around, I marked some of the spots where some of the ore veins are. So if you haven't played Beyond Reality and are not familiar with the new Greg Tech, basically ores don't spawn all over the place. They spawn in veins. So you have to locate the veins, and typically it has a good amount of resources. So all I did was mark some surface areas where we potentially have some veins. I haven't really done any caving or anything like that, and I haven't, set up any kind of habitat yet. So we're going to go ahead and for this episode just get our structure set up and see if we can get something basic going. As you can see from the from my toolbar down there, I have been collecting flowers because we're going to basically want to get into Botania pretty early. Not because not because of anything in specific aside from Man of Steel tools. The problem with the Greg Tech piece of the integration is that it's actually requires steel to make Man of Steel. Go figure. So we're probably going to want to get going on finding a dungeon and doing some dungeon crawling to get. Does this look like a good spot? Yeah. To get some mana steel ingots, we probably just want to get enough for maybe one pick or so. And that should be good, but we want to get a mana pool filling up relatively quickly because it takes a while to fill up mana pools. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go right here. So yeah, I think this episode will just kind of take it easy, get a structure set up. We want to get going with the tree farm as early as possible, because we're going to need a lot of charcoal. Just for the early stages. Right here would be the center. So yeah, I mean, this episode might be a little slow just because we're doing some building. So we probably actually want to make a crafting table, I'd imagine. So typical Greg Tech stuff, you're not going to get your 4 out of a piece of log just because you need kind of forces you down needing a specific tool in order to get 4 out of it, which is how Greg Tech is set up. Basically it makes it more realistic, the kinds of things you need to do to progress. Let's see, see if we can make a pick out of it. I don't know if wooden pick's a thing in Greg Tech. I don't think it is. More or less because, what do you mine? Yeah, it is. Okay. So, yikes. Yeah, Tinker's Construct isn't a thing. So I can't convert that into a Tinker's Construct table, which is unfortunate. But Steve's what is it? Steve's Workshop is installed, so we can create a production table, which will give us what we need. So let me get some trees planted and get going with that. I dislike long grass. And we're probably going to want a chest to store stuff in. So yeah, as far as what I've found, basically I've combed this area, spawning somewhere down in this area, but I did manage to find some tin and some copper, so we should be able to start creating bronze. And I wanted to set up in a pretty level area, so this plains is a good choice. I think eventually we might want to move into that redwood. You know, I kind of like the idea. Maybe we'll create some spires or something coming off of it. Sounds good, at least on paper. So let's see. Let's put 3 spaces. And get this going right here. So yeah, I don't know if I want to go into the nitty-gritties of mining, or we just do that between episodes, possibly. I'd say between episodes, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I might want to show more of the detail of day-to-day life, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. But we'll see. I mean, so far the way I've been structuring the episodes is, you know, doing as much of the crafting and whatnot offline, and then just, you know, combining it together, laying it down. So right there, I think. So I'm off over here. Yeah, I forget what I was just talking about, but you know, maybe we'll try to include more of the building aspect just because of the nature of GregTech. But you know, there's typically not a lot to discuss when building, and it's going to get night and I don't have any cotton. Oh boy. Just because, you know, you kind of run out of things to talk about, but yeah, we'll give it a try. I do have some cotton seeds. If I had a hoe, let me grab some wood. Though the cotton seeds aren't going to grow in time, and I'm going to be exposed for the night, which is never a good thing. So yeah, I don't know about the Tech or Treat series. You know, I'd have to go back and spawn in, you know, my tools and whatnot. I know we wanted to get to space. GregTech has space. So we could probably just do the space in GregTech, but it's a little bit more challenging from what I hear, just because there's no, you have to do the flying there and back, so there's no easy way back and forth between the 2 places, like no enhanced portals or anything like that. So let's plant some. And I'm also chose this location because there's a couple bogs nearby, and bogs are going to be good for the IC2 crops. So, and at least I hope bogs are, if they're the same as swampland. So let's just do as many of these as possible. Am I going to get enough for 3 wool? No. Oi. Alright, we're going to get mobbed by monsters. Let's see. We could take cover in the village and just let all the villagers die, I suppose. Where is that village? That way. Okay. So let's dive in there and ride out the night. I am going to need to get some food. Though with this this particular mod pack, we don't have hunger overhaul, so it's not as critical. Which is, you know, a change. with the once you get to a certain progression level with food and Pam's, ah, ow, thank you. With Pam's harvest craft, the hunger overhaul becomes a little just tedious because you've got the food you need and you don't need to worry about it anymore. You don't need to worry about the creation of it because you just got all the stuff you need. So while I'm a big fan of that, it does get a bit tedious, I suppose. Okay, let's hybrid this. There we go. Alright, well this will let me ride out the night. Yeah, so let me let me ride out the night and we'll be back. And we're back. So we've managed to weather the night. It had a teleportation creeper, or whatever it's actually named. Basically, I think it's part of Ender IO. It blows up and basically you teleport to some other random location nearby. Luckily, it teleported me to someplace actually safer, which was on top of a house. So, I guess I need birch. Alright, well, I'll worry about styling that later. Definitely need to get that other piece of cotton. So, I don't think I have any bones at the moment, so we're not going to get that. And I've used up all my cotton, so I can't place any more. So we continue on our house, I suppose. But yeah, we need to get a rather large tree farm going and get some charcoal production in place, and then we're going to need to get some iron, I suppose, and make an iron pick, and then make some bronze. So one of the first things we want to get right off the bat is going to be an alloy smelter, just because that's going to give us a better return on bronze. The recipe for bronze is 1 tin and 3 copper, and that gives you 1 ingot. So that's pretty suboptimal. So we're going to want to get that alloy smelter first thing and get that going. The bronze macerator requires diamond, so yeah, we're gonna have to find diamond. And in my previous world, the only place I found diamond was in chests, so it's kind of hard to find. Hopefully we can find a source of it in this world, and we won't have to worry about it, but we'll definitely want to get a macerator. The applied energistics to grindstone is in here, but it only works on things that have ore in their name. So the Greg Tech adds a lot of other kinds of names for things. So banded iron, for example, is something that would be Greg Tech, but it only smelts into 1 ingot. So you can't, and it doesn't go through a grinder, so you can't double it. You need to macerate it first. So getting the macerator is going to be the second step of this whole process, I imagine. Let's see if we can find something good to munch on here. We need to make those chests I was talking about. And none of these I care about planting. Basically what I need to make is... Ooh, I did get a tomato, though. I need a tomato and a lettuce, and then I can make spring salads, which will be all I need, basically, for any kind of food. So, alright, well that's going. And... I mean, hopefully we can at least get to the point where we finished the structure here, and then we can call it an episode. So yeah, sorry about the slow first episode, but normally first episodes are running around trying to find a place to put down. So hopefully this is a little more interesting than that. But I just wanted this episode to kind of be an introduction to what we're going to do here and what happened to the previous episode. So I believe I've done at least that. So the rest of this can be just kind of you know, playing around with a structure. So I've got all the... Need more oak wood. Should really just make an axe. That sounds like a good use of resources, I guess. And I have 2 sticks. There we go. Let's make a chest before I forget. Boom. And throw all these flowers in there. I think I've got all the stuff I need for daylilies and nightshades, I believe is what it's called. Which is going to be pretty staple. Also hydrangeas. I did come up with a pretty good setup to generate the mana. It's nothing extremely advanced, but it does the job. So, we're off here. We're off by 1. That seems to happen a lot to me. It's just, you know, that one block, and then, you know, it typically happens on gigantic structures, and then I'm like, let's tear it down. That's gonna bother the heck out of me. So, move that down. Let's make sure we didn't. Well, at least I'm more or less consistent. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, that's off by 2. Not as bad, I suppose. And give me all that stuff. Basically, I wanted 7 by 7, but apparently I wasn't counting. And we'll put that up here. Alright, and 2. Darn you. But yeah, I think maybe next episode we'll do one mining run together, just so we can see the veins and what dangers might be down there if you're considering playing the mod pack. We're off by 1 and 2. And there we go. So we're almost done with the base. Maybe I should have just went with a yeah, that's right. Okay. Just went with a smaller house for the time being, but I know it's annoying to have to go back and recreate or expand out things just because you got to move stuff around. And we are going to want to find, if we can find one of the dungeons, usually there's like a staircase down. We'll have tons of spawners, and it's going to be extremely dangerous. But you know, that's going to probably end up being our initial resources right there. Is those dungeons. And then we could probably set up something for the spawners to collect the monster drops and whatnot. I know if you follow Bevo, he's doing the Beyond Reality as well, and he had a setup with blaze rods because he found a blaze spawner. It would be nice to find that, but I'm not going to shoot for it. You know, I don't want to set up the exact same setup he has just because, you know, we got to do things a little different. So normally I don't tend to like to do mod packs that, you know, other YouTubers are doing, just because, you know, I like to do something different. But I do like the challenging aspects of some of the mods. So Greg Tech is definitely one of those challenging aspects. Kind of wanted to drop in some, you know, additional hardcore stuff like, you know, zombie awareness and some of the things we had from our other pack, but I'm like, you know, let's not mess with the pack just because it's going to create issues, and I don't, you know, eventually I'd like to get to 20 episodes in a season, so rather than just continuously running into problems or, you know, things like that. I know with the Mystical Adventure we tried to stay magical, and that was a problem. So I'm not going to I'm not going to restrict anything. I know there's Botania in here. There's Slomcraft in here. We might get into some of that, but we're not going to. We're not going to try and hardcore anything in particular. So we'll get into it when we get into it. And I should put the door over here. And I should probably make a saw. I should actually just get some iron, but we'll deal with what we got for now and just get this built, I suppose. It's not going to have any windows. I'm going to have to steal some torches from the village. They're not going to be happy. Let's grab this back. Yikes. Come on. It's not what I wanted to do. Probably just build this 3 high for now and throw a top on it. Just because. We're definitely going to have to tear down a lot of this. I need to go out and find some more constructive kinds of wood. You know, in my other world, I went with I actually disabled highlands and went biomes of plenty, but again, kind of the making modifications to the pack that, you know, I don't want to do. Well, do I have... I don't have any cotton yet. Nah. I guess I should have used this time to hunt down some sheep. I think there's some sheep over there, according to journey map up there. So we might have to slaughter in the name of progression, I guess. There you are. Come here. Meet my axe. It wants to say hello. Yes. Your sacrifice shall save me time. A little bit of time. Well, actually a lot bit of time. I won't have to sit through the night. Come on, come on, come on, before things spawn. Right. And right. And a bed. Yay. Alright. And morning time. So we should be getting close to, you know, the half-hour time on this episode, but I don't know, let's throw a top on here. And we can call it a day. Let's do something like this. That's gonna trigger claustrophobia, I think. But, you know. Don't have any birch saplings, oddly enough. I had some birch wood, but no saplings. Probably should have picked that up. And I'm hoping the ores I found actually are veins of things, because, you know, we're gonna need a lot of tin. A lot of copper. And specifically copper. Though usually tin seems to be the restrictive resource. Copper seems to spawn a lot more. Found a ton of aluminum spots, but I haven't gotten far enough in Greg Tech to need aluminum, so not sure what we'll need that for. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We're gonna need gold as well. Steve's factory manager is gonna require gold, and Greg Tech makes that require gold plates, and each plate is 2 gold ingots. So 4 ingots we need for just 1 plate. We need 2, so we're gonna need 8 gold per set of 8 cables. So it's kind of annoying, but that's how the pack rolls. Come on. Make that roof. And this is gonna just look like crap, so maybe I shouldn't have done this on camera. But you know, only need a little bit more. Yeah, this is a wood shack for sure. And an axe. And the rest of my wood. Hopefully we have enough. 3 short. Ah, guess what? You have to suffer a little bit longer. No. There we go. There's 2. Let's just chop down this tree. And away we go. This is it, I swear. 1, 2, 3. We have a... let's put a door on there. Sorry, guys. I have to be complete. And hey, we have 1 more oak wood. Guess what? Bam. Alright, so... that just looks terrible. Terrible, I swear. I apologize. That's not good. Alright, well, we have our abode. And yeah, I'm gonna get spawned on, so I need to steal some torches. But that should be good enough for this episode. I think I'll continue on with the tree farm, and maybe next episode we'll start creating some of the Botania stuff, just so we can get that going early. And I'll try to find a dungeon. That's going to be kind of the early focus is going to be dungeon crawling, so lots of death, hopefully. Yeah, so leave a like or subscribe, and have a good one, guys.